Hey, everybody, welcome to day 5 of the 5 days of focus. We're going to talk about a plan for process improvement in 2021. But first, I want to say Happy New Year, everybody. My mama used to say, whatever you spend your time doing on New Year's Day is how you will spend the rest of the year. I'm working. But I'm working on stuff that I really love to do because it doesn't feel like work. That is helping folks get a handle on project management and run a more efficient, efficacious agency, saving time and money. Okay, there we go. That way you can see the screen better. It's a little bigger. So let's start with the 4 major problems agencies face: defining a niche, specializing in some way, getting paid for discovery, project delays, and scope creep. The truth is, though, all of these can be solved with good project management techniques. Let's break that down. Defining a niche or specializing. The gurus are always telling folks that the riches are in the niches and that you need to decide on a niche or specialize in some way. But really, that is best done with experience. The better you get at 1 or 2 things, that's how you found your niche. Until that happens, there are 2 other ways you can set yourself up with a unique value proposition: by becoming a better project manager and being able to guarantee you will get your projects completed on time, within budget, with a result that meets the client's business requirements. And here comes the big part: without sacrificing your own profit. The other place I see as a big area of opportunity to set yourself apart with a unique value proposition is website compliance. People who have sites on the web need to have certain things in place to be compliant with government policy and state policy. That you need a privacy policy, you need terms and conditions, you need accessibility, you need to take advantage of Google's new Core Web Vitals. So that to me seems like a really big area for helping folks get on the page that they should be on where those things are concerned. But experience happens with time. There's nothing you can do about that. But the other 2 are entirely doable, but both are going to require that you take action, learn what you need to learn, and put it into practice. I'd like to suggest that project management is the easiest way to go about setting up a unique value proposition, and getting certified through the WP Project Managers Academy is a way to prove you've done the work and you know what you're doing and you can guarantee project success. The next one is getting paid for discovery. One of the biggest mistakes that newbies make is trying to do all the discovery prior to creating the proposal. The problem is you end up wasting a lot of time and energy on proposals you might not win. It's better to position your project methodology lifecycle so that you get paid for that discovery. That might be a separate paid project, or you might use a 2-step proposal process like we teach inside the Academy that incorporates the deep dive discovery as phase 1. How you do it doesn't really matter. You just need to make sure you get paid for everything you do. To do that, you need a proposal process that has a project plan that's focused on planning and content first. You need a payment structure so you get paid before beginning the work. Then you need underlying processes for managing change, content, and acceptance. To prevent project delays, you really need to focus on 4 processes: content first, client management and communication management that kind of go together, and acceptance management. Because content first, content should drive your design and your development. That's the part that a lot of people leave out. With client management and communication, it all comes down to educating the client and setting the proper expectations. And acceptance management clarifies how approvals will happen for your client. That's another part of setting those proper client expectations. To reduce scope creep or eliminate it altogether, you need to focus primarily on 2 processes: Client management and communication, just like before, it's all about education and setting the proper expectations regarding change, regarding where the line is drawn, where we've all agreed on what this website's going to look like and act like when the change takes effect. All of those sorts of things of educating the client and setting the proper client expectation. And the other one is your change management process. You need a process that embraces change, takes advantage of it, but clarifies how those changes will be managed. I know that this can all seem a little overwhelming, especially if you've been in business a while and you need to improve or change the current way you do business. It's a little easier if you're just starting out because you can get these things in place from the get-go and never really get bogged down with these problems in the first place. But you're still left with the question, where should you start? There's a method for dealing with these things for process improvement. And I call it, I don't know if I came up with this on my own or if it's a thing, but I call it the APPY method. And that is to assess, prioritize, prepare, identify, and implement. What does that really mean? We're going to break that down a little bit. When you look at assessing, you got to look at your as-is processes and document everything you currently do. Because if you don't have the as-is processes, there's really no way you can start to improve on those things. Do you have processes for the following? Okay, these are the 10 processes that I believe are essential for every agency to have in place. Some of these you communicate to the client, some of them are for your own guidance of your own agency. But documenting these things are the way to begin to set a baseline for where you can improve. But this also seems really overwhelming, right? Then focus on the primary processes. Those are the ones that are on this slide in blue. You've got your paid discovery, a content first development approach, change control, and acceptance management. If you can control those things, that goes a long way towards having a really efficient project management methodology that works and saves you time and money. And then we move on to prioritize. You need to ask which are the problems you struggle with the most. What's eating the most of your profit margin? And then prioritize accordingly. You need to break the job down. You know, that's one of our guiding principles, right? You need to break the job down into steps. Maybe you've decided to tackle 2 primary processes. What does that look like when you lay it out with activities and tasks? And yes, you're creating a project plan for process improvement. After that, you need to prepare. Most likely, depending on which processes you want to improve, you're going to need to learn something. That's the first place to begin preparing. If you believe project management is a unique value proposition that you want to leverage, you should definitely enroll in the free membership to the WP Project Managers Academy and get certified. This gives you credentials you can share on your website, you can share it in an email signature, you can put it on social media that says you've done the study and you have the processes in place to make sure that you get your projects completed on time, within budget, with the right features and without sacrificing profit. Finally, you need to develop a base project plan with phases, activities, and tasks, and it needs to be structured so it focuses heavily on planning before development and using content as the driving force behind the design and the schedule. The next thing in this APPY method is to identify. Now that you've documented your as-is processes, you've assessed where you are, you've prioritized what you want to work on, and you've learned more about how to improve that particular area, then you need to identify where the gaps are between your as-is processes and your to-be processes that you intend to begin using. Finally, you'll implement, and that's where the real work comes in. Now, you can decide if you're going to work on one process at a time or several, especially in the case of those processes that are interrelated, like I shared with you yesterday. So you can take a slower approach or a faster approach depending on how severe your problems are and how quickly you want to address them. Now, since there are 12 steps, you could plan this over 12 months or 12 weeks or you could overlap some of these tasks and get done even faster. So let's review what we covered in this training today. There are 4 major problems agencies continue to face: defining a niche and specializing, getting paid for discovery, project delays, and scope creep. All of those can be solved with proven project management techniques. To begin implementing improvement in these areas, you should apply my APPY method for assess, prioritize, prepare, identify, and implement. If you need help or you just aren't sure where to start with all this, but it's something you feel like you want to pursue, I invite you to join the WP Project Managers Academy, because I know implementing these processes will help save your profit margin. I've given you everything you need inside the academy. You just need to take advantage of it. You can do that with the free program, which includes the basics and sort of a DIY approach to process improvement, or you can take advantage of our full launch special on the premium program that's running till the end of January. And that's almost a 50% discount on the monthly subscription. You'll be locked in at that price. You can cancel at any time. All the details are at the link on this slide, wproadmaps.com/join us. And regardless of which you join, you can get certified as a WP Project Manager Level 1. If you're in the free membership, there are still a few more coupon codes left for beta testers, so you can get certified for free, but you have to actually complete all the coursework before you get sent that information. After the coupon codes are gone, there's a small fee to take the final exam. If you're a premium member, though, that fee is included in your membership. There's no extra charge to take the exam. And as I said, all the details are at the link, but this is where you can find all the instructions and downloads to get you on the path to consistently getting your projects completed on time, within budget, with features that meet the client's business requirements without sacrificing your own profit. I really hope I see you inside the academy. And I hope I haven't been too salesy this week. Let me remove that so I'm back on camera. I was attempting in this last episode to kind of wrap it all together so you understand how it all interrelates with each other and the steps you can take to go ahead and take action right away if you want to get started with improving these processes. Happy New Year again. I hope all of you have a great New Year's Day and a great New Year's weekend. Until we talk again, stay productive, stay strong, and never stop learning. See you soon, guys.